Oh. Oh. Natyashnatastu yogosti. Yoga, self-development, is not possible for the one who eats too much. When one eats too much, all they feel is their body. And that starts to pull down their mind. We should try to eat food that is natural. If we eat food that is natural, we will feel more natural. We won't feel the body as much, so the mind can be lifted up. Relatedly, na chaikantam manashnataha. For the one who eats too little, self-development is not possible. Shri Krishna is sharing, if self-development is not possible, dhyana is not possible. That's the focus of this chapter. If you eat too little, what are you feeling again? The body. And that will pull down the mind. All of our maps, our Upanishad, Bhagavad Gita, and so on, their methodology in terms of dhyana is described as the Pancha Kosha Viveka. The teaching is, covering by covering, we have to disidentify until we reach our center. So one of the first coverings is the body. The idea is we shouldn't feel the body, should not feel the breath, should not feel the mind. We have to feel our center. But if our eating is indisciplined, we will only feel the body. We cannot engage in contemplation. Nachati swapna shilasya. I like this word Sheila. Now you're all thinking, because your wife's name is that. Sheila means the one who's has good conduct, good character. But what? In sleeping. In other words, the one who sleeps too much. They cannot contemplate. I had shared with all of you some time ago about Sri Krishna's dinacharya, how he lives his day. And his day starts at 4 a.m. With what? Dhyana. Then he practices Dhamma, which are rituals, then Dana, which is generosity, then Dharma, his routine responsibilities. So if we want to become Sri Krishna, we can't sleep too much. We have to sleep the right amount. Jagrato neva charjuna. Similarly, the one who sleeps too little, no self-development, no identification with the self. when we were learning contemplation, and for those who are new to this community, I didn't learn contemplation from a YouTube video from a stranger. Living in an ashram, Puja Swami Tejomayananda directly speaking to us. When he taught us, we only practiced for 30 minutes. We do not have to contemplate for hours and days. When one is prepped or pure, 30 minutes is enough for that quality experience. 30 minutes, Sukha Asana, sit for joy. 30 minutes, I also shared with you, Manda Asana. I'd encouraged all of you, sleep early, wake up very early, and take a nap. Manda Asana means to slow down. Even if you don't actually sleep during the day, ensure that your body is horizontal. Go through the thought massage. This will help to regulate not sleeping too much, not sleeping too little. Shri Krishna continues to emphasize the importance of general balance so that one is prepped, is pure for contemplation. Verse 17. Yukta hara viharasya yukta cheshtasya karmasu yukta swapnava bodhasya yogo bhavati dukkhaha. The word yukta, or disciplined, is used again and again and again. Yukta ahara, to be balanced or disciplined with ahara. What does ahara mean? Share in the chat. For most who know something about Sanskrit, you're writing food. But Shri Krishna already taught that. So he knows we're foodies. So in case we forgot from one verse to another, he's sharing it again. Ahara does not mean food only. It means that which you input. Ahara technically means that which you bring near. We bring lots near to us, not just food. It could be sounds. It could be sights. Today, what I find we bring a lot near to us is social media. So Shri Krishna is sharing here, be disciplined with all you bring near to you. I'm specifying social media. If I'm speaking to you and you're thinking about something on social media, you're neither here nor there. Viharasya yukta cheshtasya karmasu. Vihara, that's our favorite. Being on vacation, like many of you are, yes? I can tell by your backgrounds. Some of you right now are in one of those airport buses, getting onto an airplane or getting off an airplane, which I commend you for. And I hope your volume's on. Join meaningful mornings, everyone around you. Cheshta means work. Work where? Karmasu, in your actions, in your responsibilities. So being disciplined with rest and work. Puja Swami Tejomayananda has shared, you should never rest without working, and you should never work without resting. That balance must be there. Practically, what helps me to do this is to use parameters. that I will only rest for this amount. When I take naps during the day, if it's a harder day, 15 minutes. If it's a less hard day, 30 minutes, but not more than that. Using parameters for exercise. Many of us, the weather is better, we will start to exercise, but you're trying to feel the body less. If you exercise too much, you will only want to look at your body in the mirror. And now for most of you, please use parameters with your professions. I'm positive for all of you who have formal professions, your default is you work too much. Any hour over 40 hours is too much. I would say any hour over 35 hours is too much. Why do you do it? Yukta swapna avabodhasya. Shri Krishna's not sharing what he already shared, which means to be disciplined with sleeping and waking. Here we have to realize there's no redundancy. He's expanding this. We are born to reduce our vasanas, the print that makes us feel small. And so, swapna here means tamas, when I'm feeling lazy. And avabodha means rajas, when I'm feeling aggressive. You can hear me and see me clearly. One cannot reduce their vasanas, which means one is not fulfilling the reason for being born if one is living in tamas and rajas. So the earlier verse was about sleeping and waking. Here we have to expand that. Earlier verse about eating. Now we expand that to inputting. I hope you're feeling how comprehensive our efforts need to be to contemplate. And now a most beautiful final quarter. Yoga. What does it do for us? What is the utility? Bhavati. It facilitates, it creates. Ha. Ha means to kill, to destroy. Dukkha. Dukkha means stress, anxiety, dejection. When one lives a lifestyle of yoga, we will be killing stress, anxiety, and dejection. That is the war that the world should be fighting. An internal war, yes? The more balance one has in their lifestyle, eating, inputting, resting, working, etc., the less stress one will feel in their personality. Being more specific, schedule your day. When you will exercise, when you will sleep, when you will contemplate. And don't leave it in your head. Use a planner so that it's not in your head. It's more tactile. But the most important part of scheduling and planning is follow through. If you don't follow through, that is called a self-canceling thought. I've decided to do this. My mind laughed loudly at me, and I didn't do it. If I can't follow through with, let's say, reading a book, how will I follow through with contemplation? Now I'm going to deepen this last quarter. Maya, as in forgetfulness, illusion, this is expressed as imbalance. Those who have studied creation theories, when Maya becomes imbalanced, Maya expresses as the gunas: laziness, aggressiveness, quietness. So my point is, Maya expresses as imbalance. So the more balanced we become, we're changing our identity from Maya to Brahma, that which is beyond Maya. And I had shared with you from Bhagavad Gita, Brahma is described as Sama Brahma. Sama here again means balance or oneness. In summary, please try not to take the importance of balance, discipline, etc. lightly. This has to be a serious mindset. Final thought before we begin contemplation. Meaningful Mornings began on March 19th, 2020. If you go back to that first poster, that poster shared this would go on until April 22nd, 2020, which is Earth Day. 5 weeks, 35 days. Tomorrow, we complete 624 days. We complete 90 weeks. And what's so special that all of this is happening tomorrow, tomorrow is Purnima. The moon is full. The moon and our minds are interconnected. A full moon shouldn't make us feel like a lunatic. Conversely, a full moon, during this time, our minds should feel more complete. Tomorrow is also holy. Holy, we have already been studying. The word nirvana means to blow out. What's burning us is our ego. But once that fire is blown out, we will not feel burned, we will feel bliss. Holika was this personality who felt she could never be free. Her not being able to be burned is symbolic that she felt she could never be free. And in her dejection, she was trying to burn everyone else. But through our original parents' grace, one day she held on tightly to one who loves the original parent, one who's already free. And what happened to her? She became free too. And I feel a lot of us can relate to Holika, that I will never be free. What to do? Hold on tightly to one who loves their original parent, one who's becoming free, and we will become the same. So lots to celebrate and lots not to celebrate. Tomorrow will be 3 weeks since the war in Ukraine began. 3 million Ukrainians have become refugees. $300 billion in damage has happened in that country. Lots to think about. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Oh. 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 Be grateful for all the certainty in your life, especially in reference to all the uncertainty in our lives. Let go of any feeling of your lifestyle and begin to relax the body with the thought massage. Not feeling any sense of the body, let it go and begin to enjoy breathing. By controlling the body breathing, controlling anything, there's pressure. There's no need to control the body, breath, anything. Enjoy the natural flow of breathing. the outermost covering, covering the source of joy, the nature of joy, the presence of joy. This is the sixth sheath. That is our lifestyle. When one's lifestyle is pure, we disidentify from that lifestyle. The fifth covering is the body. When the body is calm, we disidentify from this covering. The fourth covering, or kosha, is breath. When the breath is natural, we disidentify from the breath. I am intentionally using the words the lifestyle, the body, the breath, because we are disidentifying from these coverings. You are not a lifestyle or body or breath. The next covering, the third, a different dimension of power, is the manomaya kosha, or mind. Feel what the mind is. Feel what your mind is like. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.